Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg from Jerusalem, and tonight we'll be doing another class in a series of classes on Capricorn ascendant and Saturn and the different signs. Tonight we'll be doing Saturn in Aquarius. Again, an interesting combination. From one side, it's considered, you would say it's really good because Saturn is in honor in Aquarius, and I like Saturn in Aquarius better than the other place where it's in honor in Capricorn. Because in Capricorn, it just makes it too heavy. Saturn is earthy by nature, and if you put it in an earth sign, even though it's in honor, it's just going to be very, very heavy and serious. But if you put it in Aquarius, an air sign, it's going to lighten up. Even though Aquarius is also Saturnian, it's going to lighten up a little bit. That Saturn being in an air sign, it'll lighten up the earthy element, which I do like. And Saturn in the second house, though, is again, it's a famous question. Saturn is in the second house. Second house is considered not a good house. We talk about it a lot, why Saturn in the second isn't a good house. The house of money. Money is a good thing. But there's a number of answers. Money can, of course, mess a person up. The more money you have, usually the more you get messed up. Take a look at America. And also, in another way, my teacher always used to say, if you have the ruling planet in the second is the house of the death of the marriage partner. And so, for a lot of people, when the marriage partner can die, that could be very devastating, especially financially. Let's say for a woman who's not working and the husband dies, it can be a very, very serious problem. Or even a man today. Men stay at home and take care of the kids, and the woman is out working. If she dies, then the man's going to be in probably in financial trouble. So sometimes it could be bad things having planets in that house. Okay, so going on with Saturn in the second house here. So it means the person's also going to be very interested in making money. Right, the second house is it's the money house. The person wants to be successful. Tonight we're going to do a chart of a very famous woman. Actually, she was known for her wit and wisdom. We'll talk about her a little bit later on. She's a very famous actress. Her name is Sophia Loren. And so she was known for wit and wisdom. She was a very wise woman. And she said the two things that really, helped her most in life. I forget the second one, but one of them was poverty. Because she was born in such poverty that it pushed her and gave her the drive in life. And I guess you see it in her chart, to make money. And so we'll come back to that in a minute. But if you go on there, so you see that when you have the ruling planet in the second, there's going to be an impetus to acquire wealth, to make money for whatever reason. Like in her case, she was born in very, very serious poverty. And so that pushed her to get wealthy. And you see it in other people too. And since Saturn is in honor there, and Saturn is a hard worker, right? Saturn, nothing comes easy. Saturn succeeds in life, but through hard work. That's the main thing of Saturn. Saturn is good if the person works hard, because Saturn doesn't have that luck. The luck so much of some of the other signs of the other planets. Because Saturn is always contracting and it's always delaying, and so it misses. Its timing is off. It misses a lot of the good opportunities in life because of delaying, and so it'll. And so it needs to. It needs to sort of get a breakthrough. It needs to get help to succeed, and that is by working hard, right? Saturn can accomplish a tremendous amount more, but only through hard work. It doesn't usually get things through good luck. And so when you see that Saturn, wherever that Saturn is, that house, that person's going to work hard to succeed in that house. So when you have it in the second, they'll work hard to get money. right? And so it's almost guaranteed to succeed if you work hard to do something, and then you'll succeed at it. You know, if you're good at it and you work hard, and if you're lucky and you find the right way to make money, so it could be good. Like I said in the beginning, we were looking at this chart of this famous actress, Italian actress, by the name of Sophia Loren. She was one of the most famous actresses of her generation, a superstar. She was a superstar, and if you look at her chart tightly, it's not the chart, of this superstar, beautiful actress. I look at the chart and I say, wow, this isn't. You don't think this is the chart of a superstar, of an of a very flashy, successful actress, known for being glamorous and. Actually, it's interesting, I was reading up on her, actually in all her movies she played the younger woman who was, an older man was attracted to her. She would always, and in real life too, and she married very young to a man who was about 30 years older than her. And they lived happily together, maybe less than 30 years, maybe 20-year difference, something like that, though, a very big difference in years. They met when she was 14 and he was, I don't know how much, maybe 30, 35. And a couple years later they got married. And they lived together happily for 50 years. So she wasn't a flamboyant type of woman. And I looked at her chart and I see right away why. She's got that Saturn, the ruling planet, again in the second house. She wanted to be wealthy. She wanted to climb out of her poverty. And that Saturn is almost exactly conjunct the moon. But more importantly, they're doubly approaching. The moon is at 20 degrees, and the Saturn is at 22. But the Saturn is going retro, and the moon is going forward, and so they're going to hit each other. And so there's that attraction to the older men. She wants a father figure in life, married to a father figure. She never had a father. You see she had Moon Saturn conjunction. So Moon is the childhood, and when it's conjoined to Saturn, it tends to indicate a very difficult type of childhood. And she was, her father didn't really want to marry the mother, and he didn't give her support, and she was raised by a grandmother, and the grandmother lived right near a munitions factory, and during the war the Allies used to bomb that area because they wanted to knock out the munitions factory. And so in any case, she had a very difficult early life, and then she won a beauty contest, and stardom followed. And she married a very famous director, her first director. And so, but you see that in the chart, and by that you see that Saturn-Moon conjunction makes a serious person. And Venus also, Venus was conjunct Neptune, so it gives a very romantic type of, again, Venus is in fall though, right? Again, Venus is in fall. It's going to take something away from but it is in Neptune, which gives a very, a sort of refined, refines the Venusian nature. But her chart also, it was difficult for children. Again, you don't like Saturn. For childbearing, you don't particularly like Saturn Moon conjunctions, nor Venus conjunct Neptune. And so she had two miscarriages, and then after that, she managed to have two children, but two boys. But each one was she had to spend almost the whole pregnancies in bed. And because to watch herself, so that there wouldn't be more miscarriages. And so you see that because of the difficult Moon-Saturn conjunction, and Saturn the ruling planet. And so and you see there, of course, the Uranus exactly on the 4th house cusp indicates the difficult childhood also. But she did have Jupiter, the nice Jupiter on the 10th house cusp in the sign of Venus, and she had the Sun, and so that was nice. But I wouldn't look at this chart and say this is going to be a glamorous superstar woman, you know. But here it is, and I thank everybody for listening.